Hello students, I am Sanjay Misra, present here again with my one more video, and it will be related with matrices, and again here we'll discuss inverse of a matrix but by different method. These methods are called elementary transformation methods, and these elementary transformations are of two types: column transformation and row transformation. I will discuss all these two in full detail, and at the end of the video you will be able to solve questions and the concept will be thoroughly discussed. Okay. Well students, now I will tell you about elementary transformations. So just I told you that there are two types of elementary transformations. First is called row transformation and second column transformations, and with the help of any one of them we can find out inverse of a matrix. So that I will tell you later, but first you follow what is the meaning of elementary row transformations. So there are following three operations which are called elementary row transformations, and these can be performed with the matrix to get its inverse. Now, what is the first one? Interchange of any two rows of a matrix. Okay. So any two rows, suppose we have a order 3 matrix, so we can interchange any row like R1 and R3. So that is called elementary row transformation. Now second type is multiplying all the elements of a row of a matrix by a non-zero scalar. Okay. So we can multiply any row by any non-zero scalar. So that will also help you to find the inverse. Now third type is adding to the elements of a row the corresponding elements of any other row multiplied by a scalar. So, suppose we are doing operation in R2. So this type of operation will be like R2 arrow, R2 plus 3 R3. Okay, R2 plus 3 R3. I'm just writing here. So this type of operation, suppose this is one of them, means to each element of R2 we are adding 3 times of the elements of R3, the corresponding elements. Okay, so this category will come here, part number 3. Okay, so now after doing this row, similar operations are in column also. So simply I have replaced the words row by column, as you find there. Other things are same, interchange of any two columns of a matrix. That is the first type of column transformation. Second type, multiplying all the elements of a column of a matrix by any non-zero scalar. The same you find here, only it is column. And third is again like this one, adding to the elements of a column the corresponding elements of any other column multiplied by a scalar. Okay, so again I will tell you here that suppose the operation is in C1, so C1 plus 3 C2. So this can be one of the operations here. Okay, so they are the elementary row and column transformations. So you have to remember the types of operation, because other than these three, no other operations are there, and you cannot use any other type to find the inverse. So that you have to keep in your memory. This is one set of row transformation and the same set here with column transformation. Okay. Okay students, here I have taken one example to show you what is the inherent operations that should be done when we go with elementary transformation. So I've written two examples side by side. So I will tell you what is the meaning of this. I've taken one matrix, okay, with these elements 4, 7, 10, 17, and this matrix of order 2 is obtained by multiplying these two matrices. Okay, you can check. So product of this and this gives you this matrix. Now suppose we want to do elementary row transformations. So this transformation is of third type, in which we are adding to each element of row 2 2 multiple of the elements of row 1. So this is the operation, and then we are subtracting. Okay. So if you want to do this operation in this type of equality of matrix, then this operation for left hand side, okay, the process is very simple, that I have subtracted twice of this element from second row. So 10 minus 8 has given you 2, and 17 minus 14 has given you 10. But what should be done on this side so that the equality is maintained? So for row transformation, we do whatever we have done with this matrix, which is on the left hand side, the same we will do with the first matrix, not with the second matrix. Okay, so be careful. Whenever a matrix is written as a product of two matrices, so elementary row transformation is always done in the first, means the matrix which is pre-multiplied. So these operations should be done in first matrix, not in second. That's why you find that second matrix is as it is, 2, 1, 3, 2. But here, the things have changed. The same operation I have done, twice of 1 is 2, so 3 minus 2 has given you 1. And similarly 4 and twice of 2 is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. So this matrix has been transformed, not this. And when you multiply these two, why this is done? Because there is one rule of product that number of columns of first will be equal to number of rows of the second. So to maintain that rule, we have to do this type of thing. So when we multiply these two, so suppose 1 with 2 and then 2 with 1, so 4, it's matching with this element. Now 1 into 3 and then 2 into 2, 4. Similarly 1 into 2 and then 0 into 1, 1 into 3 and 0. Okay, so what we get? 4, 2 and 7, 3. So we get the equality of matrices. Okay. So I repeat that for the elementary row transformation, the first matrix should be transformed, not the second one, on the right hand side. Okay. Now, in this case, I've taken the same example here. The matrices are same. Now we want to do this operation, which is called elementary column transformation, and this is also of third type. So what you find that while doing this one, the left hand side matrix we have got as usual. So it is from C1 we are subtracting 3 times C2, so 21, 4 subtracted from 4 has given you minus 17. Similarly other elements. Now for this side, the right hand side, these operations should be performed in the second matrix, just opposite of this one. The first should not be disturbed, 1, 3, 2, 4. And this operation I have done in this matrix, so we will find here. And when we multiply these two, so it is minus 7, minus 10, then 3 plus 4, then minus 21, minus 20, and then 9 plus 8. So after simplification, we get the left hand side matrix as you find here, minus 17, minus 41, and then 3 plus 4, 7. This is 17. This is same as this one. Okay. And if you do in any other order, so equality will be disturbed. So be careful. The row operation should be performed with the first matrix and column with the second matrix. This is the main inherent principle in this type of transformations. So while doing questions, we have to keep all these things in mind. Okay. Now, as you know, elementary transformation are related with the square matrices. Okay, we cannot apply them for other type of matrix. Now suppose we want to use elementary row transformations to get inverse of any matrix. So we should follow these steps. So same I have written here. And the example I have taken for order 3. So what is the first step? As we know that when we multiply any square matrix by identity matrix of the same order, we get the same matrix. So first we have to express the given matrix A, which is a square matrix, as A is equal to IA. Then the left hand matrix is A. This matrix we are going to convert in unit matrix, okay, by elementary row transformations. So the same I have written here, convert the left hand side matrix to unit matrix by the following operations. So these operations must be performed in this order. Okay, you should not change the order, otherwise the operation or the calculation will become very complex. Okay, and we have to do things in time frame. So you must follow all these steps, and they should be performed sequentially. So what is the first statement here? Make A11 as 1. So this is A11. So this has to be made as 1 by using any one of the three elementary transformations, and whatever we do this side, the same we have to perform in the first matrix, not in the second matrix. That's why I have written only A. I have not written this value because it's not required here. So whatever performance operations we are doing this side, the same we have to repeat in the first part of this product. Okay. So this has to be made 1. Then after making it 1 using A11, means using this value, you have to make A21 as 0. So this has come to 1. Now this is, we are making 0, and this is also next step 0. So the same we have to do this side. So after getting 1 0 0 here, we have to make this element 1. The same is written here, make A22 as 1, and then using this 1, make 1 to 0 and make 3 to 0. So this has to be made 0 0. So what we have got, 1 0 0 and then 0 1 0. Now next step is here it is that make A33 as 1. So this has to be made 1. Whatever we are doing this side, the same we have to repeat here. And then going back, this has to be made as 0, and this is also 0, the same I have written here. Then you will get your answer very quickly. So you have to remember all these steps, and they should not be disturbed. This is the copybook way of doing the question. Okay. Now for the practical understanding, I have taken one question of order 2 matrix. Okay. And we have to find inverse of this matrix by elementary row transformation, which is clearly written. We have to apply row transformations. Okay. Now, according to that previous algorithm which I have given, A must be written as identity matrix into A. The same I have written here. Then after that, I have written the value of A, which is given here, and then this I as 1001, because the order of I and A both should be same, and will not disturb this matrix, because no operation should be performed in that way, because we are related with row transformations. Now the rule says that you have to make this element 1 first, then this 0, then this 1, and then this 0. So for that I have applied first this operation, because 3 minus 2 will give you 1. So that this is the first operation. From we are doing the operation in R1, and what is that? From each element we are subtracting the element of row 2. So this is the matrix 1 3 2 7, and the same I have done this side. So this is the transform form of this matrix. Okay. Now we have to make this element as 0. That's why the operation will be in R2. What is that? R2 minus 2R1. So that will give you this type of matrix. Okay. Then after getting this, we have to make this element as 1, which is already 1. So no operation for that. So next is we have to make this element 0. So that will be done by doing operation in R1. What is the nature of that operation? R1 minus 3R2. So we are getting 0 here. The same we have done this side. Now what we find, that product of this matrix and this matrix is identity matrix. So what does the rule say? If I take this one as B and this one as A, so what is the result? Identity. So this tells you from the definition that B is inverse of A, because when it is being multiplied by A, we are getting identity matrix. Okay. That's why we say that A inverse is 7 minus 2, minus 10 3, that means this matrix. Okay, because product of this one and A has given you identity matrix. So this is the way of getting inverse for matrix of order 2. Okay, now I'm taking a question of order 3, and we have to do the same thing. We have to find inverse of this matrix by elementary row transformations. So in this case, you will find that all the 9 steps that was discussed in the algorithm will be used here, and the beginning will be as it is, as we have done with order 2 by 2. Means we have to write the given matrix as product of identity matrix and the given matrix, and the order of identity matrix will be same as that of A. That's why I have written identity matrix as order 3. Okay. Now the algorithm says that you have to manage 1 here at this place, which is A11. So what I am thinking, that let us interchange these two, and then by subtracting 3 minus 2 we can get 1. So the first operation I have done, interchange of row 1 with row 3. Sorry, this is row 3. So 372 has come here, and 231 has gone here, and this is 241. Okay, so row 1 has been interchanged with row 3. The same I have done here. 001 has gone here, and 100 here, and the middle, that is R2, is not disturbed. Next, to get 1 here, so it is clear cut case here that if we subtract 2 from 3, we'll get 1. That means we have to do operation in R1, and what is that operation? R1 minus R2. So that's why 3 minus 2 has given you 1, and 7 minus 4 3, 2 minus 1 1. The same I have done here. 0 minus 0 0, then 0 minus 1 minus 1, and 1 minus 0 is 1. No change in other rows. Okay. Now next, according to the algorithm, these two elements has to be 0 now. So it's very simple. From R2 we are going to subtract 2 times R1, because we have to use this value, which is 1. So 2 times of 1 is 2, that has given us 0 here, and similarly other elements have been changed to 2 times 3 is 6, and 4 minus 6 has given you minus 2, similarly minus 1 here. The same operation I have done. Okay, so R2 minus 2 R1 has given you 0 here, R2 minus 2 R1 has given 3, R2 minus 2 R1 minus 2. Okay, now the next step in the algorithm says that using A11 you have to make this element 0. Okay, so the operation will be again, from R3 we are going to subtract 2 times R1. So okay, so I have done that operation here. So this is the result. Okay, after this operation, and the same I have done this side also. Now the algorithm, again going back to algorithm, this element which is 822 has to be made as 1. That's why we have to divide, because that is elementary transformation number 2. We can multiply each element of a row by any scalar, non-zero scalar. So to get 1 here, I am multiplying row 2 by minus 1 by 2, multiplying. So we have got 0, then 1, and then since it is multiplied by minus, so it has given us 1 by 2. The same I have done this side. So 3 into minus 1 by 2, minus 3 by 2, minus 2 into minus 1 by 2, 1. No change in other rows. Okay, now we have to make this element 0. So for that, and using this one, so of course this is when 3 times of this 1 is added to this, we are going to get 0 here. So this same operation I performed. So this is the result. Okay, the same I have done this side by this operation. Now we have got 0 here. So the next step tells you that you have to make this element 0 using A22. So that's why I have done the operation in R1. And what is the nature of that operation? From the elements of R1 we are subtracting 3 times the elements of R2. That's why we are getting 3 minus 3 0, and then 1 minus 3 by 2, that is given you minus 1 by 2, and similarly the same thing here. Okay, now So this is the new form of the left hand side matrix, and we are on the process of making this one identity matrix. So the algorithm says that this element has to be made 1 now. So for that I have first I have multiplied by 2. Okay, so R2 has been multiplied. Now to get 1 here, because that is the next step of algorithm, we should multiply row number 3 by 2. Okay, so the same has been done this side. So this multiplied with 2 will give you 0, 0 into 2 is 0, and 1 by 2 into 2 is 1. This multiplied with 2, 2, and this is minus 5, and this is 2. Okay, now we have got A33 as 1. So the rule says that now you have to make this element and this element 0 1 by 1. So we are doing the operation now in row 2 to get 0 here. So it will be from row 2 we are subtracting 1 by 2 times row 3. So the same I have written here, and we are getting 0 here. The same operation has been done this side. So we get minus 1 1 0 by the same operation. And next what is required, this element has to be made 0. That's why this is 1 by 2 times 1. When added to this will give you 0. So the operation will be R1 plus 1 by 2 R3. The same operation I have done this side. Okay, so finally after going through those 9 steps, we have got identity matrix on the left hand side, and this matrix is B into A has given us I. So A inverse is this one. So that is the application of elementary row transformations for getting inverse of matrix of order 3. Now I have given one question here, and this will be your work to solve it. The answer is also given here, and you must follow that algorithm. Okay, and all these questions are very important for board point of view. With this I am ending this video, and in the next video immediately after I will come with the questions and concept of elementary column transformations, and all the things will be done together. So that you have to wait for my next video. Until that time you can practice till here, and concept wise first approach should be that concept must be clear, because mathematics is not merely problem solving. Everything is the essence of mathematics is learning its principle. So you have to be very keen to know the theory of mathematics. Okay, so few I have explained today, and thank you for watching. Sorry students, I have to come back because there was one mistake in the last line of the result, okay, in which I have written the value of A inverse. So with A inverse I have written A also, so it is a mistake here. This A won't be there. So this is your final answer. Okay, this is your final answer. Okay, so you must remove that A, because we have just shown that product of that A and this has given you identity, but the value of A inverse will be only this much. Okay, thank you.